Genghis Khan, Part 6, The Final Campaign, The Death of Genghis Khan and the Rise of a Lasting Empire. Learn English through History, A2B1. Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn Easy English. In Part 5, we explored everyday life inside the Mongol Empire. We learned about families, trade, religion, and the important role of women. Today, we will discover the final years of Genghis Khan. How did one of history's greatest leaders spend the last years of his life? What happened during his final campaign? And why is the place of his burial still one of history's greatest mysteries? Let's begin. An empire unlike any other. By the 1220s, Genghis Khan ruled an enormous empire. His lands stretched across much of Central Asia and into northern China. Thousands of kilometers separated the eastern and western borders. Messengers traveled along well-organized routes carrying information between different regions. The empire connected many cultures, languages, and traditions. Managing such a large territory required careful planning and trusted leaders. The final campaign. In 1226, Genghis Khan began another military campaign against the Western Xia kingdom. Western Xia had previously accepted Mongol authority, but relations later became tense again. Genghis Khan decided to lead one more campaign. Even though he was older than many of his soldiers, he continued traveling with the army. Historical records describe him as an experienced and determined commander who remained active until the end of his life. A mysterious death. In 1227, Genghis Khan died during this final campaign. The exact cause of his death remains unknown. Different historical sources offer different explanations. Some suggest he became seriously ill. Others mention injuries from a fall while riding a horse. There are also later legends, but historians cannot confirm them. Because the evidence is limited, the true cause of his death remains one of history's greatest mysteries. The secret burial. Another mystery surrounds Genghis Khan's burial place. No confirmed tomb has ever been found. According to later traditions, his burial location was kept secret to protect it. Some stories claim that only a small group of trusted people knew where he was buried. However, these accounts cannot be fully verified. Even today, archaeologists continue to search for clues, but no confirmed burial site has been discovered. This mystery continues to fascinate researchers around the world. A peaceful transfer of power. Although Genghis Khan had died, the Mongol Empire did not collapse. Before his death, he had prepared plans for the future. His sons and trusted advisors continued working together. After discussions among the Mongol leaders, his son Kublai Khan became the next great Khan. The strong organization helped ensure stability after Genghis Khan's death. Kublai Khan continues the expansion. Kublai Khan continued many of his father's policies. Trade routes remained protected. The army stayed well organized. The Mongol Empire expanded into new regions. Road systems improved communication. Merchants traveled more safely across long distances. Under Kublai's leadership, the empire became even larger than it had been during Genghis Khan's lifetime. The Mongol Empire reaches new lands. During the following decades, Mongol armies reached parts of Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and additional regions of China. Different commanders led campaigns in different directions. These expansions connected distant civilizations through trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. At the same time, many military campaigns also brought destruction and suffering. Historians study both aspects to better understand the full impact of the Mongol Empire. The legacy of leadership. Genghis Khan left behind more than conquered territory. He created systems that helped organize a vast empire. He promoted capable leaders, encouraged communication across long distances, and strengthened trade. Many historians consider him one of history's most influential military and political leaders, although opinions differ because his campaigns also caused great loss of life. Understanding both achievements and consequences gives us a more complete picture of history. Why his story still matters. More than 800 years have passed since Genghis Khan lived, yet his name is still known around the world. Books, museums, documentaries, and historical studies continue to examine his life. Archaeologists search for new evidence. Historians compare ancient records to understand his decisions and their effects. His story remains one of the most fascinating chapters in world history. End of Part 6. Thank you for learning with Learn Easy English. Each sentence can be long if the input requires it, but must not exceed 30 words. If a sentence... Genghis Khan, Part 7. Kublai Khan, the Golden Age of the Mongol Empire. Learn English through History A2B1. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Learn Easy English. In Part 6, we learned about the final years of Genghis Khan, the mysteries surrounding his death, and how his son Ogedai Khan became the next great Khan. But the story of the Mongol Empire did not end there. The empire continued to grow for many years. One leader became especially famous. His name was Kublai Khan. Under his leadership, the Mongol Empire reached a new level of power, wealth, and influence. Today, we will discover how Kublai Khan ruled one of the greatest empires in history. Let's begin. Who was Kublai Khan? Kublai Khan was the grandson of Genghis Khan. He was born in 1215. From a young age, he learned about leadership, military strategy, and government. Unlike his grandfather, who spent much of his life leading military campaigns, Kublai also focused on governing cities, improving trade, and strengthening the economy. He believed that a successful empire needed both strong leadership and peaceful administration, becoming the Great Khan. After several years of political competition within the royal family, Kublai Khan became the Great Khan in 1260. His position was accepted by many parts of the empire, although some regions supported other leaders. Despite these challenges, Kublai gradually strengthened his authority. He worked to improve communication, government, and cooperation across his territories. The Yuan Dynasty. In 1271, Kublai Khan founded the Yuan Dynasty in China. A few years later, after defeating the Southern Song Dynasty, he ruled all of China. This was the first time that the entire country was governed by a ruler from the Mongol royal family. Kublai chose Khanbalik, now called Beijing, as his capital. The city became one of the largest and most important centers in Asia. Large palaces, government offices, markets, and workshops attracted merchants, diplomats, and travelers from many countries. A different style of leadership. Kublai Khan understood that ruling China required more than military strength. He kept many experienced Chinese officials in government positions. He also employed advisors from different cultures. This helped the administration manage a large and diverse population. Although challenges remained, Kublai tried to combine Mongol traditions with existing Chinese systems of government. Trade in the Silk Road. Under Kublai Khan, trade continued to expand. The famous Silk Road connected China with Central Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Merchants carried silk, tea, spices, porcelain, precious metals, paper, and many other valuable goods. Ideas, inventions, scientific knowledge, and artistic traditions also traveled along these routes. The Mongol Empire became one of the world's largest networks for international trade. Marco Polo. One of the best-known visitors during Kublai Khan's reign was the Venetian merchant Marco Polo. According to historical accounts, Marco Polo traveled across Asia and spent years in the court of Kublai Khan. After returning to Europe, he described the wealth, cities, trade, and culture he had seen. Although historians continue to discuss some details of his journey, his book introduced many Europeans to information about Asia that was largely unknown at the time. Science, technology, and culture. Kublai Khan encouraged learning and innovation. Engineers improved roads, bridges, and canals. Farmers adopted new agricultural methods. Paper money became more widely used during the Yuan Dynasty. Large cities became centers of trade, education, and craftsmanship. Different cultures influenced one another through travel and commerce. Challenges of a huge empire. Ruling such a large empire was never easy. Different regions had different languages, religions, customs, and traditions. Communication over thousands of kilometers required careful organization. Local rebellions sometimes occurred. Natural disasters also created difficulties. Even a powerful ruler like Kublai Khan had to balance many competing interests. The empire begins to change. After Kublai Khan's death in 1294, Later rulers faced increasing challenges. Some regions became more independent. Political disagreements weakened central authority. Over time, the Mongol Empire separated into several independent khanates. Although these states remained connected by history and culture, they no longer formed one united empire. A lasting legacy. Kublai Khan is remembered as both a conqueror and a ruler. He expanded trade, supported administration, and governed one of the largest empires in history. His reign connected people from many different cultures. The exchange of goods, knowledge, and ideas during this period influenced Asia, Europe, and the Middle East for generations. Thank you for learning Silk Road, how the Mongol Empire connected the world. Learn English through history, A2B1. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Learn Easy English. In Part 7, we learned about Kublai Khan, the Yuan Dynasty, and how the Mongol Empire reached one of the greatest periods in its history. Today, we will explore one of the most important achievements of the Mongol Empire. Not a battle, but trade. The Mongols connected east and west through the famous Silk Road. Merchants, travelers, scientists, and diplomats crossed thousands of kilometers. Ideas, inventions, religions, and cultures traveled together with valuable goods. Let's discover how the Silk Road changed the world. Tom, what was the Silk Road? The Silk Road was not a single road. It was a large network of trade routes connecting China, Central Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Some routes crossed deserts. Others passed through mountains, rivers, and grasslands. For centuries, merchants traveled along these routes carrying valuable products. The Silk Road became one of the world's most important trade networks before the Mongol Empire. Travel along the Silk Road was often dangerous. Bandits sometimes attacked caravans. Wars between kingdoms could close important routes. Many merchants risked losing their goods before reaching their destination. Long-distance trade was possible, but it was often difficult and uncertain. A safer route. When the Mongol Empire expanded, many parts of the Silk Road came under one government. The Mongol rulers wanted merchants to travel safely because trade helped the empire grow. Roads became more secure in many regions. Military patrols protected important routes. Travelers could move across long distances more easily than before. This period is often called the Pax Mongolica, meaning Mongol peace. Although not every route was completely safe, many areas became more stable for trade. What did people trade? Merchants carried many valuable goods. From China came silk, porcelain, tea, and paper. From Central Asia came horses and fine textiles. From India came spices and precious stones. From the Middle East came beautiful glassware and perfumes. Europe supplied wool, metals, and other products. Every journey connected different cultures and economies. More than goods. The Silk Road carried much more than products. Ideas also traveled. Scientists shared knowledge. Doctors exchanged medical practices. Religious beliefs spread from one region to another. Artists introduced new styles. Languages influenced one another. The Silk Road became a bridge between civilizations. Travelers from around the world. Many famous travelers crossed the Mongol Empire. One of the best known was Marco Polo from Venice. According to historical accounts, he spent many years in Asia during the reign of Kublai Khan. His descriptions introduced many Europeans to information about China, its cities, and its customs. Other merchants, diplomats, and scholars also traveled along these routes, creating new connections between distant regions. Relay stations. The Mongol Empire built a communication system called the Yam. Along major routes, relay stations were placed at regular distances. Messengers could change horses, rest, and continue their journey quickly. Officials, diplomats, and important travelers also used parts of this network. The Yam helped the empire communicate across thousands of kilometers. It became one of the most advanced communication systems of its time. Great cities. Many cities became important trading centers. Cities such as Karakoram, Samarkand, Khanbalik, Beijing, and Bukhara welcomed merchants from many different countries. Markets were filled with goods from across Asia and Europe. People speaking different languages met every day. These cities became places where cultures mixed and new ideas spread. Challenges. along the Silk Road. Travel was still difficult. Caravans crossed hot deserts, cold mountains, and long empty plains. Storms, illness, and difficult weather created many dangers. Merchants often traveled together for safety. Despite these challenges, the opportunity to trade valuable goods encouraged people to continue making these remarkable journeys. A lasting impact. The Silk Road changed world history. It helped connect civilizations that had previously been separated by great distances. Trade encouraged economic growth. Knowledge spread across continents. New inventions reached different societies. The Mongol Empire played an important role in making these connections possible. Its influence can still be seen in global trade and cultural exchange today. Looking ahead, the Mongol Empire became one of the largest empires in history. But every great empire eventually changes. End of Part 8. Thank you for learning with Learn Easy English. Each sentence can be long if the input requires it, but must not exceed 30 words. If a sentence is longer, split it into 2 or more natural sentences without altering the content. Genghis Khan, Part 8. Genghis Khan, Part 9. The Decline of the Mongol Empire. Learn English through history, A2B1. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Learn Easy English. In Part 8, we traveled along the famous Silk Road and discovered how the Mongol Empire connected Asia, Europe, and the Middle East through trade and cultural exchange. But even the greatest empires do not last forever. Today, we will learn why the Mongol Empire slowly became weaker and eventually broke into smaller states. Let's begin. The largest empire in history. At its greatest size, the Mongol Empire stretched from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean. Millions of people lived under Mongol rule. The empire included many different languages, religions, and cultures. Although this diversity brought new ideas and trade, it also made the empire difficult to govern. The farther the empire expanded, the harder it became to keep every region united. A divided empire. After the death of Kublai Khan in 1294, later rulers struggled to control such a vast territory. The empire gradually separated into several major khanates. These included the Yuan Dynasty in China, the Golden Horde in Eastern Europe, the Ilkhanate in Persia, and the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia. Each khanate developed its own leaders and priorities. Although they shared a common history, they no longer acted as one united empire. Political conflicts. The descendants of Genghis Khan often disagreed about leadership. Different branches of the royal family competed for power. These political struggles weakened cooperation between the khanates. Instead of working together, some rulers focused on protecting their own territories. This reduced the strength of the empire as a whole. Economic challenges. Trade remained important, but maintaining long trade routes became more difficult. Some regions experienced wars and instability. As security decreased, merchants faced greater risks. Tax systems also became more complicated in different parts of the empire. Without strong cooperation, economic growth slowed in many areas. The Black Death. During the 14th century, the Black Death spread across Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Many historians believe that trade routes helped the disease travel between regions. The pandemic caused enormous loss of life. Cities lost large numbers of people. Trade declined, economies suffered, and governments faced serious challenges. The Mongol Empire was also deeply affected by these events. New, powerful kingdoms. As the Mongol Empire weakened, new states became stronger. In China, the Ming Dynasty replaced the Yuan Dynasty in 1368. Other regions also became more independent. Local rulers built their own governments and armies. The once united empire gradually disappeared from the political map. The lasting influence. Although the empire declined, its influence remained. Trade routes continued to connect distant regions. Ideas, inventions, and technologies spread across continents. The Mongols helped increase communication between East and West. Many modern historians believe this exchange changed world history in lasting ways. What can we learn? The story of the Mongol Empire teaches us an important lesson. Military success alone is not enough to keep an empire together. Strong leadership, stable government, cooperation, and economic development are also essential. Every great civilization faces challenges over time. Understanding both success and decline helps us better understand history. Looking ahead, the Mongol Empire disappeared, but the name Genghis Khan never faded. More than 800 years later, people around the world still study his life. In Part 10, we will explore the legacy of Genghis Khan, discover how historians remember him today, and ask an important question. Was Genghis Khan a ruthless conqueror, a brilliant leader, or both? End of Part 9. Thank you for learning with Learn Easy. Genghis Khan, Part 10. The legacy of Genghis Khan. Hero, conqueror, or both? Learn English through history, A2B1. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Learn Easy English. This is the final episode of our Genghis Khan series. In Part 9, we learned how the Mongol Empire gradually declined and eventually broke into separate kingdoms. But even though the empire disappeared, the name Genghis Khan has never been forgotten. More than 800 years later, people around the world still study his life and debate his legacy. Was he one of history's greatest leaders? Was he a ruthless conqueror? Or was he both? Let's discover the answer together. A name that changed history. Very few people have changed world history as much as Genghis Khan. He united the Mongol tribes, created one of the largest empires ever known, and transformed the political map of Asia and Europe. His campaigns affected millions of people and shaped the history of many nations. Today, historians continue to study his military strategies, leadership, and influence on world history. A brilliant military leader. Many military experts admire Genghis Khan's leadership. His army was fast, disciplined, and highly organized. He promoted soldiers based on ability instead of family background. His commanders communicated quickly using signals, messengers, and careful planning. Many of his strategies are still studied in military academies today. His ability to adapt to different situations made him one of history's most successful commanders. A skilled ruler, Genghis Khan was more than a military leader. He introduced laws that helped organize his growing empire. He encouraged trade across Asia. Merchants traveled more safely under Mongol protection. He respected many different religions and allowed people to practice their beliefs in many parts of the empire. These policies helped strengthen communication between distant regions. The cost of conquest. At the same time, Genghis Khan's conquests brought enormous suffering. Many cities were destroyed during military campaigns. Large numbers of people lost their lives. Entire communities experienced war, displacement, and hardship. Because of these events, many historians remember him as one of history's most feared conquerors. His legacy remains complex because it includes both remarkable achievements and great human costs. Changing the world. The Mongol Empire connected East and West in ways that had never happened before. Trade expanded across the Silk Road. Ideas, inventions, technologies, and knowledge spread between civilizations. Travel became easier across much of Asia. These exchanges influenced science, medicine, engineering, and culture for generations. Many historians believe the Mongol Empire helped shape the development of the modern world. Genghis Khan today. Today, Genghis Khan is remembered differently around the world. In Mongolia, many people honor him as the founder of their nation. His image appears on monuments, museums, and even the country's currency. In other countries, he is remembered mainly for the destruction caused by his military campaigns. These different perspectives remind us that history often depends on where we look and whose experiences we study. Why history matters. History is not only about heroes or villains. It is about understanding people, decisions, and consequences. By studying Genghis Khan, we learn how leadership, ambition, innovation, and conflict can change the world. His story teaches us that great achievements often come with difficult questions and lasting debates. Final thoughts. The story of Genghis Khan is one of courage, determination, leadership, conquest, and controversy. Whether people admire him or criticize him, almost everyone agrees that he changed world history forever. His empire eventually disappeared, but his influence can still be seen in politics, trade, culture, and historical research today. More than 8 centuries later, his name remains one of the most recognized in human history. Thank you. Thank you for joining this 10-part journey through the life of Genghis Khan. We hope you enjoyed learning history while improving your English. If you enjoyed this series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Tell us in the comments, what historical figures should we explore next? Thank you for watching.